This book here is absolutely amazing. As you can see, I have all of these markings throughout, and I've highlighted several pages throughout. Let me find some here. See the orange highlighter? This book is a must read. Hey, so today I am doing a book review on the book How to Be a Demonologist by G.P. Haggart. Sorry, I had to look at the name. And the reason that I'm doing this review is I know a lot of people that do watch my channel are going down the line of either being a paranormal investigator or are looking into demonology. Myself, just with everything that's been taking place in my home, I started to look into demonology so that I can try to see what I can do to try to get whatever's taking place under wraps in my home. I don't want to do things that could potentially do more harm than good. And in this book, I've learned so much. The author really goes into detail into the things that you would need to learn in order to be a demonologist. He talks about different subjects that you want to be knowledgeable in so that you have the knowledge to be a good demonologist. And he also goes into, different things that you may have thought were good, and in all actuality, it would cause more harm. One of the stories that he has spoke of is him going to a home that a paranormal investigator had gone to, and the paranormal investigator had used sage in the house in an attempt to get the negative spirits out of the home, or the demons. And unfortunately, sage can do more harm than good in that type of a situation, is what is said in this book. It said that the sage can actually aggravate the demons and the negative spirits and actually cause them to act out more than what you're expecting it to do, as far as just getting rid of the negative spirits or demons. Another thing that I really like about this book is he goes into the Bible and how it backs what he's saying. He doesn't do it to a point where the whole book is based off of the Bible. However, there are segments throughout the book that speak on different parts of the Bible that back what he is saying. I do want to read you guys off just a small portion so you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about by how he brings the Bible into it without overly making the book all about the Bible. So this is actually in the front. I have a lot of little notes throughout the whole book of just neat things, and I highlighted it because there's so many good parts of this book. But what I want to read you here, it says, I give you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions and all the wiles of the enemy. Luke 10:19. And then he goes into talking more in the book. So throughout you may see a scripture here and there just backing up whatever it is he's talking about. I don't want to read too much because I don't want to give the book away. I really recommend this book to anybody that is looking into becoming a demonologist. It's really gave me a lot of knowledge, and unfortunately I don't know if I jumped the books. I jumped into reading this one. I did then go backwards and purchase a couple of his other books that were published prior to this one, which I'm reading, and I will do a review on those once I read those books fully. But this is a must read for anybody that's looking into demonology, or if you just want some insight into the field. This is a great way to do it. And the author goes into a great extent on talking about demonology and just things that he's came into encounter with, things that you want to be on the lookout for that may lead you to believe that maybe demonology isn't for you. and it's more of a serious book, but I read this book in a matter of a couple weeks. I could not put this book down. So I strongly encourage you guys to read it. Again, it's How to Be a Demonologist by G.P. Haggart. I'm going to keep messing that one up. I do want to thank you guys all. Again, this isn't something that I normally do. I don't normally do book reviews. However, with this being a book on demonology, I felt that this information needed to be out there for anyone that's going into that field. One last thing. I forgot to mention, if you guys are looking to buy a copy of this book, they do sell this book on Amazon. I'm sure you can also find it other places. However, that is where I received this copy. I'll actually put a link down below in the description. Alright, bye-bye guys.